Now to the Reiner Report. The new year is around the corner, and that means new laws are going into effect. Our political reporter Morgan Reiner is breaking down some of these new laws for us over the next few days. Today, she's starting with crime. Morgan, tell us what we need to be aware of.
Laura, California outnumbers other states when it comes to catalytic converter theft. So there are several new laws that will address that issue. There's also a new law that will decriminalize jaywalking.
State Farm lists California as the #1 state for catalytic converter theft claims.
People go to a grocery store, they come out and the cat be missing.
Tommy Dow owns an auto shop and gets calls weekly from people asking if he'll buy their used catalytic converters.
And I always say no, because I know it's probably stolen off somebody else's car.
Two new 2023 laws aim to help. Together, they define who can buy and sell cat converters. SB 1087 says the parts can only be purchased from industry professionals like automobile dealers. AB 1740 requires anyone who accepts a catalytic converter to keep a record of all the information about the transaction.
We're asking law enforcement really to spend their attention elsewhere on much more serious issues, much more serious violent crimes, as well as property crimes that people are very upset about.
That's Assemblymember Phil Ting, who said he'd rather law enforcement focus on crimes like catalytic converter thefts than on citing people for jaywalking.
Everybody has a freedom to walk across the street.
The new law he authored says you can jaywalk without being ticketed by police as long as it is safe to do so.
We see that African Americans are 5 times more likely to get cited than other individuals.
Then there's SB 731, which will allow people to permanently seal their arrest records after they've completed their sentence and have gone 4 years without committing another crime.
I've struggled with alcoholism.
The law will help people like Destiny Granger, who got a DUI and often has a hard time finding employment and housing with a criminal record.
There are a lot of us that struggle with the fact that we do have records, especially them being felonies.
The new law will not apply to people who committed serious felonies or registered sex offenders.
Some of these new laws did have opposition, like the one that will clear criminal records. The Peace Officer Research Association said 4 years is not enough time to guarantee someone has changed and had gone through the necessary programs before giving them a clean slate. Now, that specific law will go into effect July of 2023.
Well, that is good to know. So, Morgan, any bills dealing with crime that did not pass and become a law?
Yeah, several. And off the top of my head, there was a bill from Republicans that would have changed the amount someone can steal and it still be considered a misdemeanor from $950 back to $400. That one did not pass.
All right. Our Morgan Reiner. Thank you. Stay with us.